first before me, I engage them.
Yeah, because sometimes we might come off as unprofessional, I guess, if we do it. Like sometimes I'll throw some quotes just to see if anyone will bite, like snake. Anyone?
Metal Gear.
Oh, wow. There you go. Gamer, right there. You're my friend right now.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So yeah, I mean, how about you, Mr. Marianismo? Do you openly tell people when you go out or in a professional setting, do you openly tell people you play video games?
With friends, yeah, I do. I use it as or an icebreaker. Like for example, if I just met someone, I ask them, "Do you play video games? What games do you play?" And then it goes on.
Straightforward.
But if they tell me that no, I don't play video games, okay, let's change the topic. But what I don't do strictly is open it up to my coworkers at work. Especially, I don't mention that I do content online, because I had an experience where people can see me online, then it's time of work.
Yeah, it's like, hey, wait, it's working time. What are you doing online? Get back to work.
So those are very stressful days, but I don't open it up right now or at my current work, so I don't use it as a topic.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing, isn't it? Because a lot of people still don't believe that gaming is a professional thing. Like if we do
Something like that.
streaming or we do content creation or play video games, people still think it's sort of a hobby, right? And similar, I like using the analogy of Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is 40, I don't know, 50 years old. People think that skateboards are just for kids. Like you see Tony Hawk, he's almost on his 50s still doing it. So yeah, I mean, like it's interesting. And I guess like if you're in your 30s, I guess you have to pick the right time. I guess it's not. We're not there yet.
Right.
Where, yeah, it's not like drinking, right? Like if you tell, do you drink or not, that's more socially acceptable to say nagiinom red horse tayo or hindi, right? But apparently saying if do you play video games or not is something more of a taboo compared to drinking, right? Yeah, it's interesting to
Surprising.
see that. Yeah,
It will change soon. I think it will
I
change
hope so.
soon.
Like it's easier to say mag red horse tayo than to say mag CS:GO tayo. How about like reactions of people though? Like if you do play video games, you tell people you play video games. What's the best and worst reaction you've ever experienced?
To my younger relatives, when they found out that I'm still gaming, so I'm their go-to tito.
All of a sudden, you're the cool
how-
uncle, right? You're the cool
Yeah.
uncle.
Well, for worse, when I was still working for a cement company, I did not know that our delivery already had a problem with the client. I was just sitting under. I was at the project job site back then. I was sitting on their canteen, waiting for the call that the delivery are arriving. But before I received the call, the manager saw me playing on my cell phone. So he thought that the problem came because I was not paying attention. He did not know that I was not informed that there was already a problem. So he called
blamed you
the
instead.
not only that, he called my boss and then reported me. We have a problem because your engineer is just playing with this mobile game.
Ouch.
It didn't even give me the chance to explain that it's not related. They can call me anytime, even when I'm playing. Because back then, 2009, no mobile data is very used here in the Philippines. So that's my worst experience of. It also serves as a lesson that I stay away from mobile games until now because I don't want to interfere it with my work.
Or people
But that
judging
is-
you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to be judged or to be the scapegoat if you're the one playing the video games. Like, oh yeah, it's his fault. He wasn't paying attention because he's always playing video games. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like I hear that
Yeah.
all the time from my parents. If only you would pay more attention, stop playing video games. It's like that's got nothing to do with it, but okay. But yeah, we take the blame a lot just because we're gamers. They think that we don't pay attention, but truly, the truth is, gamers are the ones who pay a lot of attention to detail. Actually, so yeah.
I think 2 months ago, there's our wiring outside the house or in the garage went in flames. So I was out there and I smelled the smoke, and then the feeling that I had to arrange my thoughts like I'm playing Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
So it went full like that. It feels like
Applicable.
it's a 1v5 in Valorant, and then I organized my thought that I will get my phone, unlock my phone, contact the guards, and then get
Step
some
by
water
step.
or something like that. Yeah. So I actually felt that I pulled that um same mentality or
Thanks to
same
gaming, right?
something with me, yeah, thanks to gaming.
Yeah.
So I was able to put out the fire and call the guards. So I think what happens with video games is we face the threat of real life situations, but without the real risk or danger of it. So we get to be familiar when that situation comes.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, video games put us in a very better thought process, I guess. We're much better at handling problems step by step. So yeah, video games have its benefits on the brain, and yeah, it really helps out. So people saying that video games are not good for you definitely false. So yeah, how about you, Mr. Marioneismo? What was the best reaction and worst reaction you've ever experienced?
I think I'm lucky to be within a group of people that accepts video games. I'm not sure, but I don't have any traumatizing experience yet
That's good.
so far. I'm not sure if they just not saying it to my face or something.
Hello, baby. Yep, there you have it. That's the 4-year-old kid. So there you have it. The 30-year-old gamer with a 4-year-old child still has time to stream, still has time to play, right? And yeah, it's very, very doable, as you can see.
So sorry
It's
about
not
that.
as bad. Not a problem. It's good to see. Like we have props yun, props. But what was the best though? What was the best reaction you had as a gamer?
I think it's the same with Sir Pao. We instantly become the cool uncle. So like the cool older brother who plays video
Even the
games and
cool
knows his stuff.
dad, you know, like they say,
That's
like
something
he's a
that-
dad, but he plays
Yeah.
video.
I can't wait for the PTA meetings. Like, oh, that guy, he games.
Yeah, but do people worry that you're a gamer but also a father at the same time? I mean, like, do people have concerns about it, being a parent and also playing video games, especially like violent video games when you're around children? What do you think about that?
My wife is very critical about that because I usually shouts or say not curse.
Tangina
Yeah,
is the
when
most
I-
common, and then
Yeah.
your baby will say Tangina. No.
she's not at that point yet, but she knows if I'm saying curse words, so she tells me, "Oi, that's bad, Papa, that's
Okay,
bad,"
nice,
something like
nice,
that.
nice, nice.
I think it also teaches her what's right from wrong. What's something to say you can say or you cannot say.
All right then. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. I mean, like, yeah, you're hearing it right here, guys. So definitely get some tips from Mr. Marioneismo. All right then, Mr. Paolo, tell us what are the coming towards the end here. Can you give us a recommendation for people who are turning 30 or already in their 30s or playing video games and probably are experiencing challenges in today's era? What can you recommend to these people? And overall, as a 30-year-old gamer, what would you tell them?
Well, if there there are two types. The one that started playing late, and then the one like me who started playing at an early stage. Well, what I can tell is I do sometimes feel the burnout. That sometimes I don't want to play anything. I'll just rather watch Netflix or YouTube rather than touch a controller or open my computer to play. But I'm in a point in my life where I adopted gaming as my number one stress reliever, especially during the lockdown, where you have no choice just to stay at home and you have minimal choices of entertainment. So what I can tell the younger generation is do not stop. Just set your priorities. There is a big profit in pro gaming, but not everybody can be a pro gamer. So you just have to know your limits, set your priorities, and do what makes you happy. Don't let others dictate you play this game. This is a great game, but if you don't find it enjoyable, look for your own game. And even if you have to play it again and again, if it still brings you the sense of joy and removes your stress, just do it.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. 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 Follow your passion. Play the games you like. Don't let other people, tell you this is a good game. You should play it. Just play your game. Do your thing. Yeah. And I like how you say that. Don't forget your responsibilities, because that's the reason why we're criticized a lot as 30-year-old gamers, because people think that we don't, aren't responsible enough to be adults, for example. People don't believe that we have a job, for example. It's like, oh, so you game? Do you have a work? It's like, yes, I do. We all do. So yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Paolo. How about you, Mr. Marioneismo? I mean, like, you have a 4-year-old daughter. Basically, will you want to bring her up, like LeBron James and Bronny, or Tiger Woods and his kid, or Cristiano Ronaldo? Yeah, bringing your children, if you're passionate about something, what can you recommend to younger generations? And especially, how would you like your daughter to get into gaming as well?
Yeah, as long as she enjoys, she's having fun, she's doing
And not spend your credit card by accident on Roblox.
Robux. No, don't do that. But yeah, like Sir Paul said, don't forget your responsibilities. Make sure you finish your studies, and as long as you're enjoying playing video games, don't mind don't let other people limit you from achieving that happiness or that feeling of enjoyment.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Respect, guys. All right, then. Well, there you have it. You have Mr. Paolo, Mr. Marion, all of their experience really shared. I hope you guys learned something new from these guys today. We had a lot of fun doing this, and I hope I get to create content with these guys too in the future. Guys, check out their links below. Mr. Marion is a regular streamer. Mr. Paolo, civil engineer, known as the Gaming Engineer as well. Check out all of their channels and all of the things they're doing down below, guys. And if you want to check them out, please give them a shout out as well and support them, because like I said, we're all doing this for you, for your entertainment, and yeah, we're just sharing our passion. So for Mr. Paolo and Mr. Marion, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a lot of fun, very informative.
Thank
and
you.
I'll see you
Thank you.
guys
Thank
later.
you, sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you, guys.